What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another riveting episode of the Bettor Sports Show. We're back after hiatus. The man tried to stop us, but they can't keep us down. We're not going to take it. Randy, what's going on tonight?
Ryan, what's going on, man? Absolutely crushing it, but done and ready to move on to the NFL. So I am done with MLB. I am done with tennis. As crazy as that sounds, I didn't expect to say that myself a couple months ago, but here we are. But right back into the nitty gritty of the NFL. I'm here for it, man.
And let me tell you something, brother. This weekend, the granddaddy of them all, the NFL, returns. An American of an institution is apple pie. It's back. Fighter jets flying over the stadiums. Bald eagles yelling at the refs. Fucking Taylor Swift. Can you feel it in the air tonight? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. NFL is coming back. To start us off, I absolutely love the Raiders getting three here on the road. I think Pierce has established a culture there. You know me, I love to cheer for my villains. I like smash mouth football. I think the interior of that defensive line with Crosby and Wilkins is going to have an absolute very good game against the Chargers. I know the Chargers line is very good in the pass blocking, but I don't see them being able to establish the run at all. I think early week one, when you're still working out, the kinks, you're getting your feet wet on the offense, establishing the run is gigantic. We saw the Ravens almost win that game last night, solely off pounding the rock and gashing the Chiefs to the outside. Came down to the wire, toe drag, some Kevin Durant type shit. But now it's just a great fucking game to start. But to stay on topic, I think the Raiders are going to have an advantage there in the trenches. Jack Jones, always an impact player in the secondary. Bang, bang. And the Raiders on offense last year were middling. Jimmy Garoppolo, that experiment, I think we can fairly say, did not work out. Aiden O'Connell either looked very good or very bad. And to be fair, as a young player, that can happen, right? Growing pains. They brought in Minshew. Minshew is an old fashioned gunslinger straight out of the Wild West movies, right? He can throw a pick. He'll be right back out there. He'll be throwing downfield again. I think he has that aggression the Raiders offense needs. I like their skill position players a lot too. The Chargers, they lost a lot of players this offseason. Harbaugh has his work cut out there
hmm
rebuilding. Lad McConkey, I do think he will be good, but I don't know how easily he'll be able to transition into the NFL. Going in week one against what I think is a very stout defense. So yeah, ultimately, I love the Raiders here getting points. And if you saw the video I made, a team like this that's going to make it scrappy, disgusting football. Just pounding the rock with Zamir White, those slants to Devontae Adams, getting points. I absolutely love them in that scenario. Giving can be a little bit of an issue due to the scoring, but getting, I'll always take the points in that scenario.
Oh yeah, I hear that. I'm Harbaugh definitely has his work cut out for him, and again, I don't know the track record of a lot of these coaches. With the how it translates first year, going from college to the NFL, coaching over. It doesn't exactly translate, but we'll see, man. We'll really see again if the offense primarily could just stay healthy. Raiders look absolutely nasty, though. Again, if they pick up where they left off from last season, should be exciting. I have a couple games on my radar. There are a lot of great lines. Um, Biggest thing that I'm going to try and focus on this year. Um, Last year, I looked a little too much into value or just straight up overthought it. And I'm just going to go with again what we know, even just traditionally as fans, as we've watched the game evolve. So right now, week one, what I'm most set on is again just top 10 running backs, or again, teams that are typically around the top 10 in rushing. And we're just looking at anytime scorers right now. Just because, again, to look at the money lines and the spreads for week one, it is tough. Again, uh, amazing game. Nothing short of it last night between the Chiefs and the Ravens. And again, right, that spread came down to the old toe tap, half an inch, whatever that was. Um, but again, calling this, yeah, hey. Uh, Calling these games one way or another, especially this early in the season. And as you've said in previous episodes, NFL by far probably has the sharpest lines. So yeah, it is really hard to pick a side. And again, like I've mentioned in previous weeks, my system that I'm pretty rock solid with now for MLB. When in doubt, when games look dicey, when just under heavy favorites are losing, big underdogs are winning. um, leaning towards just the scoring side and alternate runs. So at NFL right now, I have Saquon on this list, but of course we exclude that tonight for the Friday Friday night game. So looking straight into Sunday and Monday, I have three big ones for you guys that really stick out to me. Number one on that list is the Dolphins at home against the Jaguars. We have Raheem Mostert right now. He is listed as minus 105 for any time to score. Again, we know the style of football that Miami plays. They're going to be attacking early. They're going to make multiple trips to the red zone. It's just a matter of, again, right? Is it the Tyreek Hill show? And it's just Tua airing it out? Or again, I feel like a lot of these teams in the early weeks are less reluctant to pound the ball and play it a little bit more conservative in the red zone. So I really love that there for minus 105. Also, 1 o'clock, we have the Giants Vikings game. It should be a very interesting game. Giants are still currently listed as underdogs. Last I looked, they were listed at plus 100. But right in this spot, I love Justin Jefferson to start the season off with a bang. He's the only receiver on this list. But right now, and maybe it's the Jet fan in me that wants to see Sam Darnold thrive right now. But I feel like it's been so quiet. Since the more tragic part of the summer for the Vikings that it looks like, again, I think they are going to be pretty dialed in. It is a clean slate for Darnold. I see him hooking up with Justin Jefferson very early. And right now, Justin Jefferson is underdog odds anytime, plus 135. I expect the Giants defense to put up a fight, but probably not so much in the air. The run defense should be good. And so for the third pick that I have, of course, but again, I'm trying not to be biased here with my team, but it just makes sense. I would say you could go either way on this, though. Monday night, Jets Niners. Brees Hall is currently at a plus 130, short of Aaron Rodgers' Achilles falling right off the leg like a tender chicken wing. You know what I mean? Short of that, I see Brees Hall getting in that end zone at some point. Uh, he's very capable of breaking off a long one anywhere in the field. And again, especially if they get within the 5-7 yard line, I would expect them to give it at give it at least two downs to Brees in goal situation. So we got Raheem Mostert minus 105, Justin Jefferson at plus 135, and Brees Hall plus 130. That's not a parlay. I believe in all three of those picks straight up. I will be putting those bets in on Saturday night. I want to just see how the lines move a little bit more. But yeah, that's what I'm mainly focused on, and just trying to get some looking for the gimme touchdowns and what looks a bit more practical to start the season.
That's a great list you have there. An anytime touchdown scorer prop I like is Zach Moss on the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to have ample opportunity to score here against the Patriots. And the first half may be a little slow, but as the Patriots offense sputters, goes 3 and out, they're not going to have a very large time of possession. The Bengals will be able to really establish themselves in the game in the second half, just running the ball, controlling the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to be in the red zone multiple times, and there's been a little controversy around Jamar Chase, how he's going to look. He declared himself, like you said, a game time decision. And Randy told me that before the show. It wasn't the medical staff. He got up himself on his own soapbox and said, "I am a game time decision." Right? Like some Dead Poet Society shit. Oh, Captain, my captain. And so
Can't
that
can't be good for locker room confidence with the team, even still though, too, right? I mean, publicly going out and saying that and making news on that weekend before the first game, right? I'm sure that disrupts some of the process within the team.
I can imagine there could be some waves made in the locker room, so to speak. And on top of that, Burrow, I think Burrow's a great quarterback. He starts historically slow though, right? The Bengals as a whole generally start slow.
Hmm.
And then around the time when they're counted out midway through the year, they'll like beat Kansas City or Baltimore by 30, and then they'll like rip off 7 wins to be back in either the wild card spot or first in the division. Ultimately, though, I do think the running game is going to be big here for the Bengals. I like Zach Moss to score. And then the last pick I have for you, very simple pick, meat and potatoes of picks, vanilla ice cream of picks, Toyota of picks. Los Angeles Dodgers of picks. The Office is my favorite show of picks. Hey, do you have any plans this weekend of picks? I could do more, but that's enough. So the Falcons at home against the Steelers. I know it's boring, but 3.5, 3 point spread week one. I would just take the money. I would lay the juice on the money line. I expect them to win this game. They have so many more weapons. I think they've improved their defense. The Steelers, I think, are a team that is stagnated. They have Russ coming in here and behind Mike Tomlin. And I just don't see it, right? I don't see that same dominant Steelers franchise that we've been known throughout the 2010s and the 2000s. I think they're going to be behind the eight ball here. I think the Falcons are going to really look to establish themselves as a new dominant player in the NFL. Now, the one caveat is Kirk Cousins has a tendency to fuck around during games, but this is a game during the day. He's had a whole offseason to prep, and I'd like to think the Falcons are going to have Algier or somebody else working TJ Watt in pass protection, so they have an extra guy there, and they'll just look to work London or Pitts throughout the middle. I like the Falcons to win. They probably will cover. That's going to be my survivor pick, but I like the Falcons here a lot. I think they're going to win by roughly, let's say, 10 points. I don't see that Steelers offense being able to generate a ton of momentum, especially week one. Russ, while I don't necessarily think he's washed, he's not the impact player he used to be. I think it's going to be a fairly conservative offense they come out with. So give me the Falcons here, maybe lay a few of the points. And I like Drake London to score as well if I had to pick a touchdown score for that game. Drake London. I always say that every year about the Falcons skill position players. I look up and down that lineup.
They
I'm like,
always
all
look
right,
great. They
yeah, they
always look
always look
great.
amazing, right?
They always look great.
Right. Fucking Pitts. Pitts is amazing. He's an excellent player. And then Arthur Smith is like, you know what we're going to use our elite tight end to do?
Yeah,
Pass
not
block.
yeah, definitely. I mean, and again, right? I mean, I guess that's just a result of maybe their system, but it seems like in more recent, in the past 3 years, the expectation on Pitts' ceiling was so much higher than it is now. Now it's surely settled down, but he was definitely looked at to be much more of a major offensive weapon than he is now, for sure.
Yeah, so those are my picks for the weekend. I don't have anything on the Monday night game. I think the 49ers win, but that should be a very back and forth game. And that Jets D is legit.
Oh yeah,
I
and
think the
again,
Jets won the AFC North. Yeah.
on
Excuse me,
paper they
AFC East. Yeah.
on paper they look like they have one arguably one of the best rosters right now, but we all know what that on paper shit means. Absolutely nothing. We have to see how first 6 7 weeks pan out, but again they look great everywhere. But yeah, no, that's all I got. Again, I'll just reiterate. Just again, my three best picks for the rest of the weekend right now, excluding the Eagles Friday night game, which is about to start. Raheem Mostert on the Dolphins. Dolphins at home taking on the Jaguars. Love the high power offense by the Dolphins. Love him at minus 105. Justin Jefferson, Sam Darnold to find that connection with Justin Jefferson early. If I see Justin Jefferson at plus 135 for anytime score, how the hell do you not pass on it? And then last but not least, like you had mentioned Monday night, Brees Hall. Jets definitely are going to find their way to the red zone a couple of times. Shit, Brees could get in there from a long run on the 50-yard line. He's damn capable of it at plus 130. Three excellent money line plays there. You got two dogs, one that's a coin flip. And again, you got it plus 955 on there. $10 wins you 95. Not a bad shot if you don't have the coin to spread a unit on those, but those are definitely my best bets for the weekend.
And then to recap mine, I got the Raiders +3. That's my highest confidence pick. If you're going to tail anything, I'd recommend tailing that one. I'm going to make a video after this giving that out. So we got the Raiders. We got the Falcons at home for Survivor. Maybe a safer pick if you want to lay some juice there. Drake London to score. Zach Moss to score for the Bengals. And yeah, that's all I got. Those are my big picks for the weekend. College football. I would have liked to give you some college football today. This is a hard fucking slate. I looked up and down that slate. I didn't see anything I liked. I'm very tempted to take Michigan with the points at home, but I don't know. That's a high-powered Texas offense. Michigan looks to be a little shaky throwing the ball. I also really wanted to take Boise State with the points, but that feels like a very public pick. And they struggled in the first half of their game in week one. Oregon did too against Idaho. But, anytime the public sees something like that, like, oh, this team struggled, this team looked good, surely I'll take the team that looked good, the recency bias week to week. I
Mm,
don't know. I've seen some things in my time gambling. It makes me very
yeah.
wary of something like that.
As
So,
far as college football, I as well. I'm hanging back for about 2, 3 weeks and just gonna let kind of a little bit of data pile up and then be able to look at a decent sample size of how these teams are looking.
my instincts are screaming at me, telling me Colorado is going to cover against Nebraska and piss off everybody. I don't know if I want to take it, but I can just totally see that happening, right? Travis Hunter gets behind that defense. Nebraska comes out kind of shaky, but we'll see. We'll see.
Huh.
Yeah, we're gonna be mostly. And who the fuck am I kidding? I'm probably gonna bet a little college football because I'm an American. God damn it. Woo! But
Don't
seriously,
stop
yeah,
gambling.
never
Don't
stop
stop.
gambling.
Don't stop, man.
Never stop. Right? Did you know that 99.99% of gamblers stop before hitting the big one? I read that this morning. It was in the New York Times.
I thought that was ancient wisdom, but sounds like it should be. It is
Yeah,
now.
it
They'll
was
look
on.
back to this 2,000 years from now and they'll be like, they said it on the Better Sports Show.
Yeah, it was on one of those tablets back in the day, right next to "Don't commit adultery." It said "Keep gambling."
Makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me as well. I think that's really an excellent place to end the show. Thank you to everybody for joining us here. We're back. Like we said, football, basketball, hockey, those are my big sports. Randy did an excellent job helping us through baseball season. So shout out to Randy there. Good job, bro.
Thank you,
We have
brother.
plenty of stuff in the docket. So yeah, thank you for your support. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time,
Take it easy.
peace.
You got me feeling lucky. I'm putting everything on black.